You've worked in silence, planned with precision, waited patiently while others rushed ahead. And yet, the breakthrough always felt just out of reach. But what if that delay wasn't denial, just divine timing? Because April 25th, 2025 isn't just a date. It's the unlocking moment Virgo's been preparing for all along. Astrologically, it marks a rare alignment of Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. 3 forces finally clearing the path you've walked with such discipline. This video is not just prediction, it's confirmation. Confirmation that your hard work is aligning with cosmic timing. That wealth is no longer a dream, but a doorway, ready to open if you have the courage to walk through. You don't need luck, you need alignment. And this is your green light. To kick off this journey, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next message of power and transformation. And here's your energy shifting challenge. Comment below. I am ready for my golden era. Say it, mean it, claim it, because the era you've waited for isn't coming. It's here. Let's begin. Part 1, April 25th, 2025. The activation gate. Some moments in life are not just important, they are pivotal. For Virgo, April 25th, 2025 is exactly that. Not because something dramatic explodes into your life, but because everything you've quietly been building behind the scenes begins to align with cosmic timing, inner clarity, and external momentum. This date marks a powerful astrological shift that directly activates your financial destiny. Here's why. Mercury, your ruling planet, and the guardian of thought, strategy, and communication, ends its retrograde on this very day. This retrograde period may have felt frustrating. Delays, miscommunications, unclear decisions. But all of that served a purpose, to slow you down long enough to reconsider what truly matters. At the same time, Venus enters your second house, the area of the chart that governs money, assets, self-worth, and material values. Venus doesn't just bring cash, she brings magnetism. She awakens your ability to attract wealth rather than chase it. And when Mercury and Venus align their energies in your chart, something rare and beautiful happens. Strategy meets magnetism, logic meets intuition, and preparation meets opportunity. This is what astrologers call an activation gate. It's a metaphysical doorway, a window of time where the inner and outer worlds synchronize, allowing long-delayed plans to finally click into place. Have you been working on a project that never seemed to move forward? Planning to start something new but couldn't find the right time? Saving, studying, building quietly, while others rushed ahead? April 25th is the moment where the gears begin to turn. What felt stuck now flows. What felt blurry becomes clear. What once required force now unfold with ease and elegance. But this isn't passive magic. It's a co-creation between your effort and the universe's support. Virgo, you've never been the type to sit back and hope. You plan, you prepare, you earn your wins. And now, the universe is rewarding you with a green light you didn't have to beg for, but one you must be ready to act on. This activation gate isn't loud. It's not a parade. It's a shift in frequency, a recalibration, a sense that the air has changed. And if you pay attention, you'll feel it. So don't waste it. Circle the date, open your eyes, and when the moment presents itself, walk through the gate, because April 25th isn't just a day. It's your doorway to the wealth you were always meant to receive. Part 2. Wealth is earned, not attracted by luck. There's a misconception that success, especially financial success, is about being in the right place at the right time. That wealth is about luck, timing, or being born into the right family. But if you're a Virgo, you already know. Wealth isn't something that falls into your lap. It's something you earn, one choice at a time. While others were looking for shortcuts, you were building long roads. You stayed late when no one noticed. You chose responsibility when indulgence whispered your name. You picked consistency over chaos again and again. And guess what? The universe noticed. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of logic, planning, and detail. That's not the flashy energy that wins lotteries. It's the steady hand that builds foundations. The kind of wealth you're stepping into now isn't random. It's the result of thousands of small sacrifices no one saw, but you made anyway. Take the story of Elena, a Virgo accountant from Chicago. For 10 years, she lived simply, cooking at home, skipping trips, buying secondhand. Not because she didn't enjoy nice things, but because she had a vision. Every dollar she saved went into a future she couldn't quite see yet, but believed in. Her friends laughed when she said she wanted to open a bookstore cafe one day. "Who even reads physical books anymore?" they said. But she stayed the course. She learned about small business loans, took free online classes in marketing, journaled every idea, watched her savings grow slowly, month by month. Then came April 2025. The market shifted. A cozy storefront opened just 5 blocks from her apartment. A retired teacher, also a Virgo, offered to partner with her. It was as if the stars had been waiting for her to be ready. And because she had prepared, she was. Elena's cafe opened on April 26th. She didn't need applause. She had alignment. Within 3 months, the cafe had a loyal following, monthly profits, and most importantly, peace of mind. That's what wealth looks like for Virgo. Not lottery tickets, not overnight IPOs, but freedom earned with quiet determination. So if you've ever felt like you were behind, slow, or invisible, this is your reminder. The universe was never ignoring you. It was observing you, watching how you handled the weight, how you moved without validation, how you stayed ready. And now, it's your time. Because real wealth doesn't come to those who wish for it. It comes to those who prepare for it when no one is watching. Part 3. Perfectionism versus progress. The Virgo dilemma. If there's one trait that defines Virgo more than any other, it's perfectionism. The eye for detail. The endless refining. The hours spent double-checking something no one else would even notice. It's a superpower when used wisely. But it's also a trap, and for many Virgos, it's the very thing blocking the breakthrough they've worked so hard for. You see, Virgo doesn't fear effort. You'll climb the mountain barefoot if that's what it takes. What you fear, deep down, is imperfection. You want every plan airtight, every move precise, every outcome guaranteed. But here's the harsh truth. The universe doesn't wait for perfect. It responds to momentum, to movement, to the courage to take that first step, even if your voice shakes and the plan is only 80% clear. Think of how many opportunities have passed because you hesitated, because you wanted to tweak one more thing, because you felt almost ready, but not quite. Oh, nah, but progress doesn't happen in the editing phase. It happens when you ship the idea, when you click publish, send, go live, when you dare to look foolish, just so you can grow wise. Done is better than perfect. It's not just a motivational quote. It's a survival mantra for the overthinker. It's a wake-up call for the Virgo brain that can map out 100 steps, but struggles to take the first. Let's look at a real example. Meet Marcus, a Virgo software developer. Brilliant mind. Built an app that could help thousands of people manage their finances. But he never launched it. Why? He kept redesigning the interface, rewriting the onboarding flow, waiting to perfect every user scenario. 3 years passed. Someone else released a similar tool. It wasn't as polished, but it was live, and it took off. Marcus watched his idea unfold in someone else's hands, not because they were smarter, but because they were braver at version 1.0. Now, Marcus mentors other Virgo creators. His #1 lesson: launch ugly, refine later. Because action creates clarity. Action attracts feedback. Action shows the universe you're ready to co-create. Waiting for everything to be perfect is like refusing to plant seeds until the weather is perfect, the soil is ideal, and the forecast is 100% safe. By the time that moment comes, the season has passed. So Virgo, here's your dilemma. You can either keep polishing the blueprint, or you can start building the house. Even if the paint isn't perfect, even if the steps feel shaky, the world doesn't need your perfect version. It needs your present one. Done is better than perfect, because done moves you forward, and perfect, if left unchecked, just keeps you stuck. So take the leap, hit send, say yes. Your destiny doesn't require flawlessness. It only requires faith and forward motion. Part 4. The right people. Create the right doors. Virgo, let's get one thing straight. You don't have to do it all alone. And you were never meant to. Wealth isn't just a number in your bank account. Sometimes it's a name in your contact list. A face that believes in you when you've forgotten how. A conversation that opens a door you never even saw. In April 2025, the universe isn't just aligning your stars for money. It's aligning them for meaningful partnerships. Why now? Because Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, is actively stretching your network. It's amplifying your visibility, magnetizing the right people toward you, people who can help you go further, faster. But here's the catch. Jupiter expands what already exists. So if you're staying hidden, silent, or playing small, it can't amplify what you're not sharing. This month is not the time to isolate. It's the time to collaborate, to reach out, to reconnect, to risk being seen. Let me tell you a real story. Lana, a Virgo interior designer in her late 30s, had been sitting on an idea for 2 years. A sustainable home decor line using upcycled materials. The designs were beautiful. The branding was ready. The only thing missing: funding and distribution. She almost gave up, until one weekend she ran into an old friend from college at a farmer's market. They chatted. She casually mentioned the project, just as a vent, not a pitch. What she didn't know? Her friend was now working as a scout for an angel investor group, looking for eco-conscious startups. Within a month, Lana had a meeting. Within 2 months, she had funding. What changed? She spoke. She shared. She allowed someone in. That's what April 2025 is offering you, Virgo. Not just golden ideas, but golden bridges. And the bridge might not be a powerful CEO or millionaire investor. It might be your cousin, your neighbor, a former colleague who remembers how meticulous you were and is now in a position to help. The right people are closer than you think, but they won't find you if you keep everything inside. Your ideas deserve oxygen. Your dreams deserve allies, and you deserve to be supported. This month, say yes to the coffee meeting, respond to the message, join that webinar, talk about what you're building, even if it's not ready. Because what you say might be the exact thing someone else has been looking to hear. Virgo, you are brilliant on your own, but you are unstoppable with the right people. And when you open up, you don't just invite support, you invite synergy. That sacred flow where 2 minds create more than either could alone. So don't stay in your corner. Step into connection. Because the door you're waiting for, it might just be held open by someone waiting to hear your voice. Part 5. Sacred numbers. 6, 14, 24, and their energies. Numbers are not just digits, they are symbols, quiet carriers of energy, intention, and alignment. For Virgo, a sign ruled by logic and structure, numbers have always played an invisible role in shaping your path. You may not realize it, but certain patterns, dates, and repetitions have nudged you toward action or warned you to pause. And in April 2025, 3 sacred numbers, 6, 14, and 24, stand out like signposts along your road to wealth and wisdom. Let's decode their meanings, and more importantly, how you can use them. Likes, balance, and harmony. The number 6 is the energy of home, care, and inner alignment. It speaks to the balance between giving and receiving, a dynamic many Virgos struggle with. You're naturally a giver. You show up, you help, you sacrifice. But true wealth, sustainable wealth, can't exist where energy constantly flows out without replenishment. This month, ask yourself, am I receiving as much as I give? Do I allow abundance in, or do I deflect it out of guilt or modesty? Use the number 6 as a daily reminder to check your balance. Place it in your journal or as a note on your phone wallpaper. When you're making financial decisions, remember, it's not selfish to want more. It's strategic, because only from fullness can you give freely. 14. Bold, purposeful action. The number 14 holds a dynamic frequency. It's about acting before you're completely ready, trusting the spark of intuition, and stepping into spaces that feel a little scary, but incredibly aligned. This is the number of proactive energy. Virgo. You often wait until every piece of the puzzle is in place, but 14 urges you to move when the picture is just clear enough. Try this. On the 14th of any month, take bold action toward your financial goals. Launch the project, send the proposal, make the ask. Use 14 as your activation number, your nudge to stop overthinking and start initiating. 24. Foundation and long-term growth. If 6 is the balance and 14 is the leap, then 24 is the landing. This number is deeply grounded. It represents structure, security, and dependable outcomes. Everything Virgo values in both love and money. 24 whispers. What you build now, with care and patience, will grow roots. It's the number of generational wealth, of planting seeds not just for yourself, but for those who come after. Write your long-term financial goals next to the number 24. Create vision boards, goal lists, or monthly trackers and let 24 anchor them. It's more than a symbol. It's a frequency, and tuning into it brings long-range clarity. Your number map, a Virgo wealth practice. Try this ritual. On a clean piece of paper, draw 3 circles. Label them 6, 14, and 24. Inside each, write an intention or action step related to that number's meaning. Example for 6. I allow abundance to flow into my life. For 14, I launch my service offer this week. For 24, I create a plan for steady savings over the next 12 months. Review this number map every morning during April, and especially on April 25th, the Cosmic Activation Day. Let it guide you. Let it align your energy. Because when you pair Virgo precision with number symbolism, you stop wishing and start manifesting. Part 6. Spiritual wealth, the Hierophant and Buddhist wisdom. In a world obsessed with fast money and flashy success, it's easy to forget that true wealth begins within. For Virgo, whose soul seeks meaning just as much as it seeks structure, the Hierophant arrives as a powerful reminder. Material success without inner peace is just noise. The Hierophant, one of the major archetypes in tarot, represents spiritual wisdom, ethical living, and the sacred connection between heaven and earth. He is not a celebrity. He is a guide. He builds not with speed, but with integrity. And this is where Virgo truly shines, because while others may chase trends, Virgo quietly builds values. While others seek approval, Virgo seeks alignment. And while others want more, Virgo wants what's right. In Buddhist teachings, there's a saying, "When the mind opens, wisdom flows." When wisdom flows, decisions come from clarity, not fear. Actions come from intention, not impulse. This is spiritual wealth, the kind that anchors you, especially when the financial tides rise and fall. Let's be honest, money can be lost, markets crash, clients change their minds, but no one, not even fate, can take away the inner peace that comes from living in alignment with your core. When you choose right livelihood, as taught in Buddhism's Noble Eightfold Path, your success becomes sustainable, not because of luck, but because it's supported by karma. You're not manipulating energy. You're flowing with it. You're not chasing wealth. You're becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it through trust, consistency, and ethics. Take, for example, a Virgo entrepreneur named Thomas. He was offered a lucrative contract from a company whose practices didn't align with his values. On paper, it looked like a golden opportunity, but something inside felt off. He declined the offer. His team thought he was crazy. But 2 months later, the company was exposed in a scandal. And Thomas's reputation? Untouched. In fact, his brand gained credibility because he had said no before the headlines broke. That's the Hierophant in action. That's spiritual wealth protecting material success. Virgo, as you step into this golden financial era, remember, wealth is not a number. It's a relationship with yourself, your values, and your legacy. Yes, you're meant to prosper. Yes, you're allowed to receive. But never forget that your greatest currency is character. And your most solid investment is the way you choose to live, especially when no one's watching. So walk forward, Virgo. Not just with confidence, but with consciousness. Because when your values are clear, your path is unstoppable. And when your soul is rich, your life becomes truly abundant. Part 7. Act now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Virgo, you've been trained by life, by culture, by your own high standards, to wait. To wait for clarity, to wait for proof, to wait for everything to make sense before taking that next step. But here's a truth that will change everything. The universe doesn't operate on perfection. It responds to movement. You don't need another sign. You don't need more research. You don't need permission. You are the sign. You are the permission. And the longer you wait for the green light to appear outside of you, the more time you lose, the more energy you leak into hesitation. It's not about being reckless. It's about being ready enough. Think about the people who shaped the world, not because they had the most resources or the highest IQ, but because they dared to move when the road wasn't clear. Take Walt Disney. Rejected over 300 times before someone finally funded his idea. His first studio went bankrupt, but he didn't stop. He didn't wait for perfection. He moved on faith, not flawless planning. Or look at Taylor Swift. At age 13, she walked into record labels with a demo CD and relentless conviction. She was turned away, criticized, misunderstood. But she kept writing, kept recording, kept showing up. Now, she's not just a singer, she's an empire. Not because she was always certain, but because she was always in motion. That's the secret. Momentum is more powerful than mastery. And Virgo, you already have the tools, the structure, the plan. What you need now is motion. That idea you've been sitting on? Launch it. That conversation you've been avoiding? Start it. That investment you keep doubting? Research it. But then decide. Because wealth doesn't come to the most prepared. It comes to the most present. Those willing to take the next step, even if they're still scared. And don't let perfectionism disguise itself as patience. One of Virgo's greatest traps is mistaking readiness for guarantee. But no amount of waiting can remove risk from the equation. What does reduce risk? Trusting your intuition and taking action anyway. So let's rewrite the script. You are no longer waiting. You are creating. You are no longer observing. You are leading. And every time doubt creeps in, repeat this simple but powerful truth. I am the sign I've been waiting for. Let it echo. Let it guide your decisions. Let it be the bridge between your potential and your power. Because Virgo, the stars are aligned, the numbers are clear. But none of that means anything until you move. Virgo, you've waited, you've worked, silently, steadily, relentlessly. And now, the wait is over. April 20th wasn't just a date on a calendar. It was a signal, a cosmic whisper finally becoming a roar. It's your time. But remember, alignment without action is just potential. Wealth doesn't chase you. It meets you halfway. And the universe? It's already taken the first step. The question now is, will you rise to meet it? You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need applause, permission, or guarantees. You need belief. You need boldness. You need to remember who you are beneath the doubt. A builder, a visionary, a silent force of unstoppable clarity. You were never here to play small. You were here to build something that lasts, to live with meaning, to lead with integrity, to receive, finally, what your soul has earned. If this message resonated with you, let the universe know you're ready. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss another energy update. And drop a comment below. I claim my golden era. I am ready to receive. Just by writing it, you're setting your intention in motion. Because Virgo, the gate is open, the path is clear. And this time, you're not preparing for abundance. You're walking into it. Let's begin.